Have you ever started a fat loss phase and got frustrated by plateauing and minimal results? In this video, I'm going to show you a step-by-step process on how to troubleshoot why you're not losing weight. If you haven't seen it already, the previous video shows you exactly how to set up your fat loss diet. Reason number one, you're not losing weight. General activity. Evolutionarily speaking, when you're in a caloric deficit, especially a significant one and especially for a long period of time, your body starts to downregulate your physical activity subconsciously. This is called NEAT or non-exercise activity thermogenesis. If you were a leg twitcher or you were likely to go up and get the remote instead of waiting the 15 seconds for Netflix to continue on, the longer you're in a diet and the more fatigued you are, the less likely you are to do this. One of the ways you can solve this is by keeping a high step count. While it's not exactly neat, step count is a really good proxy for general activity throughout the day. We recommend somewhere between 8 to 10K. Higher is okay. So if your step count's good, we'll move on to the next one being, is there any untracked food? Oftentimes with clients, I'll see untracked snack here or there, untracked snack here or there. They get a little down on themselves for maybe missing a workout, and then they have a meal they don't track. All of a sudden, they take a 500 calorie deficit and then make it a 100 calorie deficit, and then they have a cheat on Saturday. Then you're in a 200 calorie surplus on average throughout the week. You can alleviate this problem by making sure that you're tracking anything that goes into your body, especially if you're having problems with continued weight loss. Question three would be, is there a significant amount of variability in your diet? Sometimes if you're a person that likes to eat a bunch of varieties of food, especially if you like eating out, you might not be able to as accurately measure that as often, especially if someone else is preparing the food or if it's a food that has a lot of different ingredients in it. So that variability from eating out in a bunch of different sources can sometimes make it so difficult to track that you're accidentally underestimating your intake. My recommendation here, especially for meals a day that are less exciting for you, stick to a rotation of some staples that you find that's easy to track. You know that your Chipotle bowl is this many calories. You know that your other lunch is this many calories. Stick to things like that on a rotating schedule, and then you can have fun at one meal a day, and that can drastically reduce your variance. So if all those are correct, the next one I'll have to ask is, do you actually have enough data to go on to say that you are plateaued? Do you have 2 weeks of at least 4 to 5 weekly weigh-ins? So 10 total weigh-ins across 2 weeks, as well as 2 weeks worth of nutritional data? You can be plus or minus a large amount of weight because of water weight and other hormonal fluctuations. So if you don't have a good amount of data to go on, you might not necessarily be plateaued. You might just be retaining water and other things might be going on. A good recommendation is to get 2 weeks worth of nutritional data and 2 weeks worth of weigh-in data, and then you can start looking at trend lines and making decisions. If all of these are in check, it is possible that you just simply overestimated your caloric expenditure, and you need to ask yourself, should I reduce calories a little bit more or should I increase activity a little bit more? There's no right or wrong answer there. It's up to you to pick the lesser of the two evils. Currently, for me, in my current fat loss phase, increasing activity has more often than not been the lesser evil. But I know from other clients' experience, sometimes eating less is a whole lot easier. So if you get through this whole list and you find that you're still not losing weight, pick move more or eat less and see which one can help you sustain your diet over the long term. And before you know it, you'll see that scale going down. Hopefully this helps. And if you have more questions, we have in-depth videos going over protein, carbohydrates, fats, how to supplement with them, and how to use it in the diet.